2022 Grade 12 Euclid Math Contest, questions 5 through 7. A list A1 through A4 of rational numbers is defined so that one term is equal to r. The next term is 1 plus 1 over 1 plus r. For example, if A3 is 41 over 29, A4 would be 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 41 over 29, which is 99 over 70. If A3 is 41 over 29, what is the value of A1? All right, so we will use the definition to figure out what is A1. Well, A1 we don't know, but A2 we know. In terms of A1, according to their formula, it's 1 plus 1 over 1 plus A1. And then we'll simplify this a little bit. 1 plus A1 plus 1 over 1 plus A1, and that is 2 plus A1 over 1 plus A1. Got it? Okay, so we use this definition once more to figure out A3. A3 would be 1 plus 1 over 1 plus that guy, which is 2 plus A1 over 1 plus A1. Okay, so same thing. We have to, simplify all this. All right, so this is going to be 1 plus 1 plus A1 plus 2 plus A1 over 1 plus A1. And that is going to be 1 plus, invert and multiply, so 1 plus A1, not multiply, but just invert. Oh, actually, you are multiplying, but whatever. 3 plus A1. Yeah. Okay, so now we got to add this 1. So, actually, no, we don't have to. Because A3 they gave us. Yeah, they gave us an actual number. It's 41 over 29. Okay, well, that's nice. So then we just have to do this math here. Subtract the 1 from the other side, and that will leave you with 12 over 29. And that's 1 plus A1 over 3 plus A1. 3 plus, I think there was a 2A1 here. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's a 2 in there. Okay, if you look at that guy, there's 2 A1s. So 2A1. Okay, now I just have to cross multiply, and it shouldn't be that bad. So 36 plus 24 A1 is equal to 29 plus 29 A1. And let's see here. 5A1 is equal to 7. So therefore A1 is equal to 7 over 5. And that's what they wanted. A hollow cylindrical tube has a radius of 10 and a height of 100. The tube sits flat on one of the circular faces on a horizontal table. The tube is filled with water to a depth of h. A solid cylindrical rod has a radius of 2.5 and a height of 150. The rod is inserted into the tube so that one of its circular faces sits flat on the bottom of the tube. The height of the water in the tube is now 64. What is the value of h? So first we have this cylinder that sits flat like that on a table. And then you put inside a rod that's also in the shape of a cylinder, I guess, but a little bit narrower. And initially, before the rod was put inside, there was a amount of water to a certain level, and they call that h, I believe, right? Yeah, and just small h. And then once the rod is placed, obviously the water will rise, and that distance, they are saying, is 64. Okay, and then the radius of that big cylinder is 10, and the height of the entire is 100, entire cylinder. And I think that's all they gave us, right? Oh yeah, the rod. So this is the cylinder. And then the rod. The rod is, that has 2.5 and that has 150. Okay, so I guess it's taller. All right, so the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times h. So in this case, that means the volume of water, so we'll call it volume of water, is pi r. Well, r is 10, right, for the cylinder, so 10 squared. And then h, well, h we don't know. This h right here, we don't know. So we'll just call it h. So this is 100 pi h. Okay. Now, the volume of the water plus the volume of the rod, just the rod that is submerged, so up until this point, up until that point, right there, that is going to be the volume of water, which we just calculated, 100 pi h, and then the volume of the rod, which again we'll use the formula pi r squared h. Now, in this case, the r for the rod is 2.5, and the height of the rod that goes up until that point, this point right here, is 64. So those are the numbers there. And then the volume of the water plus the volume of the rod is all of this, basically, all of that. So we can combine it in sort of a 1 pi r squared h type of formula. In this case, the radius is the radius of the big cylinder, which is 10. And the height is this guy, 64. So that's what's going to go here. And this hopefully will allow us to solve for h. So first thing is the pi's all go. So this becomes just 6400. And then this just 100h. And this is going to be 6.25 times 64. And therefore, I believe that 6400 minus 400 is 100h. So that's 6,000 is equal to 100h. And therefore, h is equal to 60. Yeah, 60. Okay, that takes care of 5b. A function f has the property that f at 2x plus 1 over x is equal to x plus 6. What is the value of f at 4? All right. So f at 2x plus 1 over x is equal to x plus 6. So this guy in here, they're saying is 4. So let's do that on the side. 2x plus 1 over x is equal to 4. Okay, so cross multiply and you get 2x plus 1 is equal to 4x. 1 is equal to 2x, and therefore x is a half. So if x is a half, we can easily calculate this. That would be a half plus 6, and that is 6.5 or 13 over 2. And I believe that's it. Determine all real numbers a, b, c for which the graph of the function y is equal to the log of x plus b to the base a plus c passes through these 3 points. Okay. If it passes through those 3 points, then that means that it would satisfy that equation. So that means that equation number 1 using this guy would be 5 is equal to the log of 3 plus b to the base a plus c. And then equation number 2 using this coordinate would be 4 is equal to the log of 5 plus b to the base a plus c. And then equation number 3 using that one would be 3 is equal to the log of 11 plus b to the base a plus c. And then now we have to solve for a, b, and c, and it shouldn't be too hard. We just have to do some manipulation and use some log rules. Log rules. All right, so what do you want to do here? How about 1 minus 2? I think that should be good enough. That would make this 1, and then it would be log of 3 plus b a minus the log of 5 plus b to the base a. Correct? Okay. Well, using log rules, this becomes the log of 3 plus b over 5 plus b to the base a. And then again, using log rules, a to the power of 1 is 3 plus b over 5 plus b. Yeah, okay. So that's pretty good. Let's do another one. What do you want to do? 2 minus 3, I think that should be good. This equation 2 minus equation 3. That would give me, again, 1 and the log of 5 plus b to the base a minus the log of 11 plus b to the base a, and then the c's cancel. So this is the log of 5 plus b over 11 plus b to the base a. And then again, a to the power of 1 is 5 plus b over 11 plus b. All right, well, we have a to the power of 1 equals that. A to the power of 1 equals something else. So set them both equal to each other. So that means that 3 plus b over 5 plus b, this guy, is equal to this guy, which is 5 plus b over 11 plus b. All right, so solve for this. Cross multiply, and we get 25 plus 10b plus b squared. We cross multiply the other two guys, and we get b squared plus 14b plus 33. Put everything on one side. 4b is equal to minus 8, and therefore b is equal to minus 2. All right, that's pretty good. We can easily now calculate a, but you can plug it into here, for example. So that's going to be 1 over 3, I believe. Okay, that was pretty easy. And then one more letter, c. Okay, where's c? I guess I just have to use one of these guys here. Okay, let's use that one. So c would therefore, this is b, this is a. So c looks like 5 would be equal to, therefore, log of 3 minus 2 to the base 1/3 plus c. Okay, so that means the 5 is equal to, let's see, what am I going to do here? Put c over to the other side, log of 1 to the base 1/3. So that would mean, all right, let's move this up. 1/3 to the power of 5 minus c using log rules is 1. That means that 5 minus c is 0, right? Because that's the only way you can get 1. So therefore 5 is equal to c. Okay. So a is equal to 1/3, b is equal to minus 2, and c is equal to 5. So that is the solution to those equations. A computer programmed to choose an integer between 1 and 99, so that the probability that it selects an integer, x, is equal to the log of 1 plus 1 over x to the base 100. Suppose that the probability that x is between 81 and 99 inclusive is equal to 2 times the probability that x equals n. What is the value of n? So we have the probability that some number is chosen, that number being x, is 1 plus 1 over x to the base 100. Okay? And therefore, the probability that x is between 81 and 99, you have to add them. So the probability that something chosen will be 81 would be the log of 1 plus 1 over 81 to the base 100. The probability that a number chosen is 82 would be the log of 1 plus 1 over 82 to the base 100. The probability that something is 83, well, you get the point, ... all the way up until the 99, which would be the log of 1 plus 1 over 99 to the base 100. Okay, so that is the first part. Now they're saying that that whole thing is equal to 2 times the probability that you choose n. Well, the probability that you choose n would be the log of 1 plus 1 over n to the base 100. So there you go. There's your equation. We have to somehow figure out the value of n. Okay, shouldn't be so bad. You just have to use some log rules. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify all of these guys, like adding the fraction. So this becomes 82 over 81. The next one becomes 83 over 81. 82, I should say. Log 100. And then it just keeps on going like that. And then the last one, in this case, would be 100 over 99 to the base 100. This is just going to be 2 log base 100, and then I'm going to add that, so it's going to be n plus 1 over n. Yeah. Okay, now use log rules. Remember, you can combine these since the bases are the same. It'll be 82 over 81 times 83 over 82 times ... all the way till you get to the 100 over 99. And on this side, I can use log rules and put that 2 as an exponent like that. Okay. All right, so the good news here is if you look at this in here, this cancels with that, that will cancel with that, and then eventually that will cancel with that. That's just very straightforward. So the only thing we're left with is therefore a 100 over 81. Log 100, log base 100. And this is log base 100 of n plus 1 over n all squared. So that means that this guy is the same as this guy. So that means 100 over 81 is equivalent to n plus 1 over n all squared. That's really nice because those are perfect squares. So if you take the square root, you just get 10 over 9 is equal to n plus 1 over n. And we are almost done. Just cross multiply and you get 10n is equal to 9n plus 1. And therefore, let's see here, 9n plus 9. And therefore, n would be equal to 9. Triangle ABD has C on BD. BC is 2. CD is 1. The ratio of AC to AD is 3 over 4. So we'll call this 3x and 4x. And the cosine of angle ACD, that angle, is minus 3 over 5. Determine the length of AB. All right, so let's see. We're allowed to use calculators in the Canadian exams. So since it's minus 3 over 5, I can use my calculator and figure out that theta is 126.86 degrees. So this angle in here would therefore be 180 minus that. So whatever you want to call it, theta 2 is 53.13. 53.1. Okay, that's straightforward. I think we're going to have to use law of cosines here. It kind of screams law of cosines. All right, so let's first do it on which triangle you want to use. Probably triangle ACD, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think so. Because we have to figure out the value of x. Okay, all right, here we go. So that means that AD squared is equal to AC squared plus CD squared minus 2AC CD cos of that theta. So that's 4x squared is equal to 3x squared plus 1 squared minus 3x times 1 times cos of theta, which they have given you as negative 3 over 5. Okay, great. So now let's simplify this. 16x squared, 9x squared, plus 1, whatever this is. I think it's 18 over 5. Yeah, 18 over 5x. Somehow, oh, I put it all together here. Plus 18 over 5x. All right, don't make any mistakes here. Okay, so what am I going to do here? I'll multiply through by 5 to get rid of that fraction. Well, first let's just do the 7x is equal to 1 over 18 over 5x. Multiply through by 5 and get 35x squared is equal to 5 plus 18x. And then, oh boy, I can't think of how to factor this, so I'm going to use a dreaded quadratic. Is minus 5. Okay, so whatever, right? X is equal to minus b, which would be 18, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 a and c all over 2a. All right, great. So that's 18 plus or minus 324 minus, let's see here, 700. So that's going to be 1,224. It's a 32, actually. It's a perfect square. That works out really nicely. So that should have been able to factor it, but I just couldn't figure out how to do it. All right, so that looks like what? You're going to use the x is representing a length, so it can't be negative, so it has to be positive. So therefore, you're going to use the 50 over 70, which is 5 over 7. Great. Now that we have x, we can figure out, what are we trying to figure out? Oh, AB. Okay, so again, we use the law of cosines. Law of cosines again, this time on triangle ABC. Therefore, AB squared would be AC squared plus BC squared minus 2 times AC times BC times the cos of that theta 2. Okay, so AB squared, AC squared, what is AC? It was 3x, right? Plus BC was 2, minus 2 times 3x times 2, and then cos of theta 2, we have theta 2, right? We figured it out up here. So just take the cos of that with your calculator, and I think it's going to be 0.6 or 3 over 5, I believe. Yeah, 3 over 5. All right, and then x we know, that's right there, so we should be able to figure this out. So AB squared is going to be 9 times 5 over 7 all squared, plus this 4, plus 4 times 12, 12 times 5 over 7, times that 3 over 5, I think. Yes, okay. Get moving right along. AB squared is going to be 25 times 9, which is 225 over 49, plus 4, and that's going to be 36 over 7. Okay, so, oh, plus, don't forget the plus. So 225, let's get a common denominator here, if possible. 49, what is that, 196. And then we have to multiply by 7 this time, so 250. Oh, wait, hold on, that's a negative. Gotta make sure I don't make any of these mistakes here. Yeah, this is a negative, sorry about that. And good thing I caught it. All right, so that's a negative, so that's minus 252, and it's all over 49, right? Okay. So what is this? I think it's positive 169, I believe. So 169 over 49. Okay, that works out really nicely because that means this is a perfect square. So AB, if you take the square root, will be 13 over 7. Great. And therefore that is the answer to 7b.